Well, hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I have not made a video in a long time. I guess I've just been really busy playing video games and not really any reason to say that in the least. I've just not been making a lot of videos. Must have forgotten that I even had a YouTube channel. Well, this should fix that issue now, 'cause here is a new video. So, you all know the Plants vs. Zombies series, and how there's some games in the series where you actually play as the plants and the zombies, stuff like that. Well, I heard one of the best tips for making a video is getting to the point, so, without further ado, enough of the rambling, so let's get into it. Things I would really love to see in Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 3, Battle for Neighborville 2, whatever it's gonna be called. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, let's start off with a simple one, yet a cool one, the gnome rule. Now, you may be thinking, what is this? So, you all know in Battle for Neighborville what happens is, if you do enough exploring in the free roam regions, sometimes even in Giddy Park, especially in Giddy Park, you'll encounter these creatures, well, they're gnomes, of course. But notice how you actually have to fight some of them, almost as if they're on the opposite team of you, but you can't play as them even though you can play as the plants and the zombies? Well, let's change that. Now, hold on. Here's a disclaimer I forgot to get out of the way earlier. My disclaimer is that Garden Warfare 3 or Battle for Neighborville 2 might not come out since we all know that Battle for Neighborville failed. This is all just an interpretation, and if it doesn't ever get canonically made, well, it never hurts to use your imagination. Anyways, back to the video. So, the gnomes, what they would do is you would play as them. They would be similar to the plants and the zombies, same way that Cactus and Captain Deadbeard are connected, TV Head and Wildflower are connected. But the thing is so, why can't you play as the gnomes? Well, that's a question I don't know the answer to, but what I do know is that maybe, just maybe, the gnome rule will get added. How it would work is, the plants would oppose the zombies and the zombies would oppose the plants and the gnomes would oppose the plants and the zombies, and you may be thinking, where would their base be in Giddy Park? Well, okay, so I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but in Giddy Park there's this Easter egg where there's like these stone tablets in the ground, and if you do an emote on them, then what happens is they start glowing. If you activate all of them, you not only get increased weapon power, but you also are able to open up a hidden door, and if you say the word gnomes in your phrases, then the door will open, and, well, when the door opens, you can go in there, solve this puzzle that's randomized every time. There's a video on it. I'll try to leave a link in the description. But I'm thinking maybe the gnomes' base could be somewhere near there. Like, it could be above there, or something like that, I don't know. But anyways, now that you know this, let's move on to the next one. Okay, second one is Zomboss Fight with a twist. Do I even have to explain this one? But of course I am, so you understand what's going on, you know. So, what would happen is it would be sort of like the Zomboss fight in PvZ1, except for it would be reimagined in 3D, and you would actually play as a plant and fight him every time he kneeled down on the ground and was vulnerable, until his health bar drops to 0, and then he just spews out a bunch of coins for you to collect. Well, his robot does. And, well, that is the Zomboss fight that I thought of. Very cool, right? I think, in my opinion, the best one to fight Zomboss, in my opinion, would probably be the pea shooter due to the floating abilities, the pea gatling, the chili bean bomb, all that stuff. Anyways, so then hold on, I can't really get it to be at the right angle, so just ignore this text down here. And so number 3, we have, number 3, we have the multiplayer free roam regions. Now, I know what you're thinking for you certain players who play on a certain console or PC or whatever. You can do multiplayer in the free roam regions, right? Yes, but that's not actually the case for Nintendo Switch, which is the console I play on. Like, whenever I go to a free roam region, it says, sorry, this activity isn't available while in a group. So, I figured, let's change that for, players, for example, Switch players. Not saying this will ever happen. Remember, this video is all just, for fun. So, that way you could play multiplayer in the free roam regions. Imagine how cool that would be. This one doesn't really need a lot of explaining. And before we move on to the last one, let's just read this little quote. The zombies are trapped. The Z-Tech factory close to Camp Nero Lake is surrounded by Dreadwood's angry trees and angrier roots, trapping zombies inside. Dr. Zomboss would go check on them, but he's busy not getting attacked by trees and roots. Well, let's move into the last one. I've saved the best for last. 4. Playing as bosses, Spooky Squash, Sunflower Queen, etc. Again, this one probably needs some explaining because imagine, let's just say you were having a typical day in Giddy Park or whatever, just playing as a plant, just enjoying your life, when all of a sudden a stupid boss comes along and vanquishes you, considering the fact that it's literally a boss, so you wouldn't stand a chance against it. Well, maybe if you were an oak, you would, or something like a really OP plant. But, the zombies fight against these bosses, but there would be the special zombie bosses too. But how this would work is it wouldn't necessarily be in regular instances. It would either A, be in a private instance so it's not too overpowered, so you could only play against bots, and that way you wouldn't be trolling any players and annoying them. Or second, what they could implement is a feature where it's like Giddy Park, or something like an online match, except for the online match, everyone would play as a boss instead of just one player playing as a regular character and the other playing as, So everyone would be a boss and they would fight against each other to see who's the most OP. I haven't really thought this one through yet, but still cool, right? Now, I don't really have an end card image. I'll just use this for the end card image. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like the video and smash that subscribe button and enable notifications so you never miss an upload. Helps out a ton. If you're unable to do any of those because, you're not signed in or whatever, that's okay because watching the video still helps out a lot. Okay? Well, see you all later. Hello? Bloopers, everyone, watch out. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to, don't you just hate it when a PC doesn't cooperate with you? Oh, open recorder. That's how you do it. And for real now, see you guys later.